Justin, you ready to do some sick coffin stunts?
Coffin stunts?
We're gonna ghost ride the whip, literally, because there's a ghost in this coffin.
What's his name?
His name is King character.
King character.
His name is the character who is a king and also a coffin. I don't know his actual name. He probably has one. This game probably has rich lore in there somewhere. I just haven't gotten to it yet. It's mostly been puzzle platformer puzzles. This game that we're looking at right now is called Chariot. It actually came out last week, but I wanted to highlight it because A, it's pretty cool, and B, it's free if you have Xbox Live Gold.
Whoa, a free game?
A free game. So maybe you have Xbox Live Gold, and you said, "What's this thing? Some sort of indie title about emotions that's going to engage me in an artistic and philosophical way." I'm not even going to bother downloading that. First of all, shame on you. Second of all, you should download it because it's pretty neat.
Does it engage you emotionally?
It engages me both mentally, physically, sexually. No, it doesn't. It doesn't do that. It's a puzzle platformer at heart. It is actually a co-op, but you can play it single player. I have no friends.
Who would the other person play as?
Another person, the prince, I believe. This is the princess, who seems awfully chipper about lugging your dead dad around a catacomb.
Where are you trying to get him to?
So you got him to like his final resting place, and he was like, "This is a shitty final resting place. I want treasures." So now you're going through the mines with
That's classic dad.
Yeah, I know, just like our dad. Always
like our dad. He loves treasures,
and he demands that we carry him around in a coffin on wheels all the time.
He's a quirky guy.
He is a very weird person. So the general sort of nugget of this game is, well, you're seeing it now. You've got this titular chariot. That you have to get around this cavern. Sometimes you have to fight off enemies to try and steal all the treasure that you've shoved, I guess, in the coffin with the corpse, which is really just too bad. And the way that you do that is you can get out and push it, or you have a tow rope that you can whip onto it at any time.
And you're just coffin surfing there.
Basically, yeah. And it's all physics-based. So as you can see, I just kind of like rolled it off the hill there and let it, take me with it. A lot of the time you have to sort of tow it. You can attach the rope with the push of a button, and then while you're holding in the rope button, you can pull the rope towards you or give it more slack. So you can use that for all kinds of different ways. You could have the coffin on a higher platform and then climb the rope up to it, or as is more often the case, you jump up onto a platform and then sort of pull it up to you just like that. You can also use it for all kinds of really cool like locomotion things. Like the fastest way to get around in the game is to get in front of the chariot, yank it towards you, and then jump on it as it goes past.
Cool.
Give it like a burst of speed and then surf it. And sometimes you have to do that. So one of the cool things is these rails. So that white one right there is a ghost rail. That means only the coffin could go on it. It doesn't affect the characters in the game. There are other rails that only affects the people, and the coffin passes right through it. So you have to learn how to properly use those to navigate the level. You've seen me use a couple of times. So there's like an upgrade and unlock system in the game. There's the human one. So we're basically going through the ones we can pass through there. Right. There's an upgrade system in the game where you can unlock tools that make it a little bit easier for you to get around. So the one I have now is called the peg, and it's kind of cool because it's almost a little bit Little Big Planet-esque in that there are certain parts of the level that you need two people to get through. This special tool that I have is called the peg. It basically allows me to simulate having a second player. It's a fake. It's a fake friend.
A lonely heart peg, they call it.
A lonely heart peg that you can use to basically.
There's also a name of a lady in accounting at a newspaper I used to work at.
And it's my favorite Steely Dan song. It allows you to basically pin down a rope as if another player was actually playing with you and holding the rope, which is like how a lot of the puzzles get solved. I have played it at an event with two people, and it's batshit crazy because it's very easy to grief people when you're both trying to accomplish one goal, and you can also attach ropes to the thing that you're trying to.
Now, you've done a pretty good job of keeping your dad with you. What would happen if you just didn't?
If you get too far separated from it, you get returned to the last checkpoint if you can't get back to it in like 5 or 6 seconds, I think. So you don't want to do that. But fortunately, I was worried that this would basically be one long escort mission
Right.
where you literally have to drag the thing you're escorting behind you, and it is explicitly that. But the dragging of the thing is actually pretty wonderful. It's actually like kind of fun to navigate these corners and like have the wheels go up over it and like ride it like a roller coaster. Ride your dad like a roller coaster down these like death slaloms. Like it genuinely is super fun, and it has a great feeling to it. It has a great locomotion to it. Here I'm going to use that peg. See, this is an area where you need two people, one person to hold it in. Actually, I screwed that up. I have to undo it. But you need one person to hold it there because your character can't get through that green rail. So you push it up there, and then you just peg it down. And now that's going to stay there, and you can run and get around to the other side of it.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's all, I mean, this is like level 5. This is very, very early on in the game, and it tosses a lot of mechanics at you. A lot of them come in the shape of new upgrades that you have to get for the chariot. I just unlocked a lamp that allows me to explore darker areas. So it really behooves you to try and find. There's blueprints scattered all over the place. There's all kinds of stuff to look around and find, but just like playing through the levels is genuinely very fun. Here I'm trying to figure out if I can do this 2-player segment by myself. Spoiler alert, I cannot.
Oh.
So yeah, it's a very clever. It's a very clever design.
You got a crown.
I did. I got that collectible. Not sure what that does yet.
Okay.
I do wish it makes me wish I had more friends.
I would have played with you if you'd asked.
Oh, sorry. It's local only.
Oh, okay.
So that's,
I would have flown to Austin and played with you if you'd asked.
that seems like a lot of work.
Yeah.
This is just not how you solve the puzzle, Griffin. That's just not how you do that.
This is
I'm sorry.
interesting what you're doing.
I did just do a tight stunt there, though. I mean, that's
Who was that talking?
Your dead dad.
Okay.
So another mechanic is you see sometimes I crash the wagon into the ground and it makes noises. That attracts these monsters. So you have to try and sometimes you got to do a little bit of stealth. Sometimes it's again, like on paper, it sounds so unlikable, like a stealth escort mission. But it's not actually that frequent, and those enemies are pretty easily dealt with.
It looks very cute.
Well, I mean, it's serious for a game about lugging your dad's corpse.
Tonally, it's fairly mature, I think.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
From a tonal perspective.
No, it is cute. There's a little skeleton shopkeeper that sells you upgrades, and he has lots of bone moths.
I like that progression. That's good. That's a good thing in a game.
And your dad's just like, hey, quit dragging me around. And it's like, how are you talking to me? None of this makes any sense. You're a ghoul.
Are you trying to bring him back to life at least, or are you like?
No.
I mean, I'm trying to understand what the end of this game would be, and like I can't think of any end game for this that isn't like a huge bummer.
Good work. Thanks for getting me all that treasure. I can't spend it though because life is finite. That's the end of it. Sometimes you beat the game and it says sometimes dads die, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, I guess.
So that's gonna be really great.
I don't think I want to play this game, but I'm glad somebody did.
I mean, you should. It's very lighthearted, except for the mortality stuff.
Tonal implications, yeah.
Yeah, this is Chariot. It's very. Oh, this is a tricky puzzle. How am I ever gonna get through all this? I'll figure it out.
Usually, your solution is chuck your dad off a cliff and just hold on for dear life.
Hold on, wait. I really gotta just like rip my dad. Hold on, push him back. Gotta get a good burst of speed, and then just Tokyo drift my dad, and then he's gone. Bye bye. I loved you.
End of game.
There's that timer actually. So if you lollygag here, you lose. You lose the game. It's fun every time.
Near him, or do you have to connect the rope to stop?
Oh no, it's not an umbilical situation. You just have to be able.
Your
to see.
dad's corpse isn't being sustained by nutrients drained from your body.
That's right. Yeah. That's kind of the tone that they try and shy away from. There's a lot of you can find like hidden entrances in this catacomb that you can come back to later when you have like different upgrades, and there's also every time you beat a level it unlocks a speedrun version of it, which I've actually found kind of compelling because it's a kind of a new way to think about exploring a level. Like it's a. I mean, I haven't played a game with a system of movement quite like this, which probably goes without saying. There's no like dad stunt platformers out there. So trying to figure out how to like get through these levels quickly by just like ripping your dad and doing sweet stunts on top of them is actually has been very satisfying. So yeah, it's Chariot. Definitely pick it up if you have Xbox Live Gold. It's also on, I believe, PlayStation 4, Wii U, and PC. Yeah.
Now you're shipping with your dad. You're exporting.
Doing
with
a
your
little
dad.
bit of dad freight, and you don't want the trick to dad freight is whoa, don't do that. You don't want it to flip over, or else if the dad freight goes upside down, then you lose it. So yeah, it's Chariot. Thanks for watching, Justin. Sorry to bum you out.
Hey, well,
I know you don't like talking about this stuff, but somebody needed to, and I'm glad it was you.
all right. Well, good. I'm glad I could put myself in an existential panic for the rest of the day to serve your dumb internet video.
All right.